This production is rated inappropriate for all ages. It is the Watch Spot. Oh no, my camera. That's silly. Alright, well, we'll do this way. It's coming. It's coming! And I'm live! Okay, why? Oh, because my frame's all fucked up. Stupid cat. Hello! I am Kamurai, and it still didn't fix itself, so. Yay! Things and stuff and things. It looks like I've got some chopping already, even though I'm by myself. I've got a little flash CPU warning there, so I definitely have a setting off somewhere. Give me just a moment. We will adjust this down. I will adjust on the minicam side just to see if that does anything. We are experimenting with things and issues. This will be a short one, as VidCon allowed me to watch a lot of stuff. I was just turning like crazy. Okay. Come on! You thing? Okay, so I'm just gonna start talking. Itself eventually. Or it won't. This looks like it's working slightly better. Less chop, but it looks like I'm talking in slow motion. Is what it feels like. I'm not seeing the feed quite up yet, but no worries. We will continue to play with this stuff until it's right. The only problem is that you must do to discover. Okay, so now that we've had such horrible technical difficulties, smart people would just start over. But let's move on. Again, VidCon. So I was at panels. I was sitting in. I wasn't able. I didn't listen to like all the podcasts I should have, so I'm trying to catch up on those. So that's probably where I'm going to be at. Watching stuff. I've got a couple TV shows I'm going to knock out here and there. So next week will be double duty, which is not a good thing for the show at all. But in the meantime, there are several people that I want people to check out. But I don't have the full list yet. But I'm going to do some of my tops here that I definitely want people to look at. People have been during my time. Now, Rooster Teeth, of course. We can talk about them in Geek and Sundry real quick. I went back and listened to their podcast. Experimenting with their new site. It's getting better, but they still have a lot of weird issues. Like I think they permanently damaged their numbers for RT Podcast, so there will be 2 333s. There'll be the 332 that gets called 333, and it'll be the true 333. And then I think there's a similar issue on the No. Like they skipped 5 numbers on the title, but on the file name that's in the URL, it's the right one. Something like that. I had a thing to say. I promise you. Oh, Red versus Blue. It's coming. The big thing that I was talking about that they're doing. Now, given the releases dates, because this is part 1, they're either doing a 3-part story arc, which is going to look better once it's in a big movie, or they are going to do a PSA next week, and then they'll do a big part 2 next week. Because part 1, really, honestly, I'm not trying to spoil it, but it doesn't feel as epic as I thought it would be. Maybe it's because I have these ridiculous high expectations, but I honestly thought there's going to be this huge thing, and what they're talking about doing in that episode is a really big deal. and it could potentially be the thing. But we know, just for continuation of story purposes, unless it's the end of the season, that it won't work the way that anyone thinks it's going to work. Um, and I don't know how to say that any better, because it's just too grand a thing. It has too much permanence in the wrong places. So unless Miles is willing to drastically change the entity known as Red versus Blue for canon purposes, like, I don't know where he's going with it. And I like that I don't know, but I can't. It's just one of those things I can't know. So by the time that story arc finishes, and then we round out the we'll definitely know. We'll probably be able to tell how the show's going to round out this season. I know they're done with it. It's just a matter of like how many episodes ahead they were. And then Ruby should hopefully be coming out soon, but without Monty, I know that they're probably behind. So I would wait. I'll give them till Christmas as a reasonable expectation there. Oh yeah, an RTA came out about Jeff being too drunk. I really thought it was already an existing RTA. Hey, to be honest with you, I'm like, why are we showing this again? Geek and Sundry, they brought Co-optitude back. I was really hoping they'd just let it die when they brought the Flog back. But apparently with her selling the company to Fullscreen, which is probably part of the weird differences between the Twitch entity and the YouTube entity, and all the weird production businessy type deals going on. I'm really starting not to like Fullscreen. I know that they're over Rooster Teeth, so that puts Geek and Sundry in that family friendly thing. But I know someone who is not happy with working with them. And just from the outside, even with Rooster Teeth, a lot of weird things seem to be happening. I think if Rooster Teeth didn't have such strict like, you leave us the fuck alone policies, I think we would see more coming off that. Now, I don't want to get into that too much because it's probably a long thing that deserves its own topic of discussion. But let's get on to other things. I will name two YouTubers offhand. While a lot of the YouTubers and stuff I met are always a delight to interact with, to watch their videos, there's two of them in particular that I ended up watching their videos because I was reminded about how much I like them, and just like having their voice around, like they're hanging out with me. While I would probably never hang out with... No, I can't say that. Like, okay, so let's just start. Emma Blackery is one of the nicest, sweetest people ever. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I ran into her on the street. She stopped. She even did a quick film with me for a buddy, and like, she hugged me twice. Like, wasn't like, let me hug you, little girl. She was like, come here, you strange American man. And she's just fantastic. So I went back, I made sure I watched a couple of her videos to remind myself that I need more of her in my life. Because honestly, yeah, that's how it is. She's just great. Okay, and my frame's almost fixed. I can't tell what I did wrong. No, everything I do is wrong. It should be there-ish. Like, you shouldn't be able to see that black thing. I think that's my pants. You don't want to see my pants? Go this way. There. And then I should be centered. Yes? No? Almost? See, I'm too far to the one side there, and maybe it's just because the stuff's in the background. Butts. Tessa Violet over on Miki Kitty. A wonderful, amazing person. She's so well spoken, and I love how far she's come. She won't remember your name for shit, but unless you've made a reasonable impression. But she is very, very sweet. She was very, very nice, if nothing else. Whether or not she was sincere is another thing entirely, but that may be more my headspace than her not being sincere and nice and lovely, because she was those things, as far as I can tell. It's just that immediate reaction when, like, someone doesn't remember your name when you see them 12 hours later. 24 hours later, I apologize. But she sees so many people and she does so many things, I wouldn't remember me either, so I don't blame her. Go watch her shit. or listen to her music rather, because she was really good on stage. I really liked her having a band behind her, but you just can't do that all the time as a solo artist. The last one I want to mention, this is the one I was talking about, Matt Pack. Matthew Patrick 13, also known as the Game Theorist. Like, that channel's getting a little weird, but I like the original Game Theorist videos. It's one of the things that really got me into like thinking YouTube, and I could hang out with Matt. I could probably research with him, but we are very different personalities. It feels like, and I don't know how we would go over extended periods of time. I think that's just a fact of it. Um, and of course, Lovable Varmint Productions. Go over there, watch the Weirdlings. Lots and lots of good stuff all the time. And their partner channel, Daily Dot. Is it Dot Geek? I got my brain's getting mixed up because I think Dot Geek is under the Daily Dot umbrella. Um, but they're good peoples and stuffs, so you should watch their stuff too. But I did personally meet some smaller YouTubers that I want to go through real quick. They were nice enough to hang out with me at Disneyland, which my number one complaint about Disneyland is that if you are not there with friends, it's a horrible, lonely experience, and fuck it all. But if you're there hanging out with people, you can have nice little discussions while you're waiting on stuff. People have your back. You can send someone out to run and grab drinks and come back. There are lots and lots of options of hanging out and doing stuff. Whereas I wouldn't have waited in some of these lines, I got to hang out with people and wait in lines to do stuff, and I would recommend that as well. I will have some proof of that in future over on HTKB, because that's where all I do this every time. I don't know why. Where's my finger? HTKB. That's where we're gonna have the VidCon footage once I get it edited. The kitty's gonna be. So first one I want to mention is Toad and K. It is, if I am remembering correctly, youtube.com/ToadandK. I'm going to put these links in the description as well. Yes, Toad and K. He is a fun, goofy personality. He's definitely a very strong personality, but he's got opinions and things, and he likes to share his interests, particularly going to events to cover them for his channel. So he's got, what I can tell, a lot of stuff on there, and a lot of it is like live feed of these events that he's gone to. So if you would, particularly some zombie walks. So if you like zombies, charities, zombie walks, etc., definitely go check him out. He's got some very interesting looking stuff on here. I plan on going through it a little bit more in depth here. I just caught his latest video, the Amanda Palmer video. What is your deal, stupid cat? And I really thought it was interesting. It definitely makes me want to research her a little bit more and see what she's all about. But I just don't know a lot about Amanda Palmer. He also has another channel called Toad and Reads, which, as far as I can tell, is him talking about news and stuff he's reading. Yeah, it's not that active, but it exists. Then Latham, no, I did it. I said I wouldn't do that. I did. Lyneth. Met a couple Australian YouTubers, really good guys. First of which we'll call Lyneth. Apparently this was his first trip out to the Americas, and yeah, he was a really good guy. He seems to be much more calculated and into writing his skits and whatnot. So if you like something that's got like a little bit more production, we'll say, put into it, I think he's a good way to go here. And he's not a small guy either. Like I said these are smaller guys, but compared to like the featured YouTubers, he's got like 48K views. So he's been around since 2010. So he definitely outweighs me by a lot, and his subscribers are not public. That I'm not crazy about, but it's his choice. go check him out. Yell at him in the comments. The other guy from Australia, I think they're buddies that they like hang out for reals. Matthew McKenna, probably also known as MetaHugh. Very fun, very friendly guy. Really, he's dyed his hair red, so like you'll notice on the first few videos that pop up, to date, anyways, that's a thing. Really friendly guy. Hung out with him a little bit more than Lynette that day. But lots of fun. I particularly liked this game. Oh, I forgot to talk about it over in Gaming Division. There's another little podcast thing that I do on this one. Yeah, whatever. I don't care if I'm using the wrong hand. And I forgot to talk about Crossy Road, which essentially is a modern day Frogger that he was playing. Yeah, so he does games, he does conversational stuff. It definitely looks like production type stuff, but very good at, from the looks of it, doing short digestible video. So that's Matthew McKenna. And this, if you like beautiful Irish women, check out Clissaire. It is youtube.com/Clissaire. She has been on a Irish bucket list challenge for the world, apparently, where she's essentially going around and adventuring and documenting it as best she can. She also does little production skits here and there, but so she's got a really good mix of recording live events and getting these shots of things that are once in a lifetime experience type things, whether it be via GoPro or I promised I wouldn't do that. I don't get an Irish accent when I talk about her. That's unless I'm doing the whole video that way, and then I've got to do it from start to finish. I can't quit in the middle of it. Cha cha cha. So she so her main channel there is like the pre-production. There seems like there's a lot of adventure stuff there as well. And then she also has a vloggity channel, which is Clissaire Vlogs. And when I'm saying Clissaire, it's Clisare. But yeah, so was this? Yeah, so like her VidCon adventures and stuff are talking about here, because this is more of like her life and going to the adventure more than documenting the adventure. And VidCon's a lot to try to document. I did it last year, so this year's will be a lot more scant. And as far as I can tell, she's in like the top of Ireland's YouTubers. Get out of there. No, get out of the bag, cat. Jesus. I'm this close to throwing you. Why don't you come back over here? Yeah. So her small channel's got like 4,000 subscribers to date, and I think her big one's got like 50. Yeah, she's over 50 now. So yeah, not small fish by any means. They were all very nice to bother to hang out with me at all. I can't believe that Americans of the same YouTube status at the convention would do the same. Like I said, this is going to be a short one. There's very little discussion of actual watching of things, which is frustrating for me. I can't tell you how much. And I should have played with this frame and the setup a lot more. Because I should be. Yeah, something like that. Glad I got it right before I shut the camera off. But I am Kamurai. Until next time. Bye. Actually, no, we're going to do that again because I want to get this back in habit because I've been feeling it lately. I am Kamurai, and until you see me next time, have a nice day. Yeah.